Coming up on the Saturday show, another great finish for Great Oak as the Wolfpack goes down to the wire with Heritage. King and Citrus Hill continue their undefeated starts and prepare for the Wood Road Rumble. Vista Murrieta rolls past Redlands East Valley. Paloma Valley needs overtime to beat Moreno Valley. Chaparral gets Carter, and don't forget about the war for the wheel, Beaumont versus Banning. The Saturday Scouting Report is brought to you by Hardy Homes and Estates. When you list with Hardy, start packing. Check out their website, askhardy.com. If a mime could talk, they'd say the show starts now. And welcome to the Saturday Scouting Report. I'm Pep Fernandez. Great Oak, for the second week in a row, knocks off one of the top-ranked teams in all the inland area, and you better watch out Chino Hills on Friday. Great Oak hosting Heritage in an instant classic. Patriots up 33-26 at the half, third quarter. Wolfpack on the attack. Nick Fisher reels in the big one, 65 yards on the touchdown, and we're all tied at 33. The tie did not last long because Great Oak takes the lead when Laquan Williams hits Brandon Presley for the go-ahead score. Wolfpack leading 40-33. Now midway through the fourth quarter, the Pack pushes its lead to 10 when they boot the 28-yard field goal. But you can never count out Heritage. 3 minutes to play. Quarterback Brett Virgil hooks up with the model, Matthew Palmer, for the huge gain downfield. And here come the Patriots. Now this could be the catch of the year. Virgil to Reggie Murphy. Goodness! One-handed and hauls in the touchdown. Heritage pulls within 3, trailing 43-40. Heritage would get the ball back for one final drive. Virgil on the move. Nice gain here. And the late hit, so they get more on the penalty. That would set up a late field goal attempt with 2 seconds left for the tie. It's blocked. Kevin Knight and Anthony Bandong get in there, and Great Oak survives a wild one. 43-40 the final. Let's keep it in Temecula for Chaparral hosting Carter. The Pumas strike first. Josiah Gonzalez to Franklin Shearer. Nice spin moving. Here comes Franklin. Shearer finds the paint. 7-zip Chaparral. Carter has a tough defense though. Keon Clark, gotta be the younger brother of UCLA star Kenny Clark, right? Nice play for the Lions. But hey, the Pumas, they'll bring some D2. Malik Lawal wraps up here for the nice tackle, and Chaparral would later extend its lead to 10-zip on this field goal. And the Pumas defense would take care of the rest. Bradley Meeks stepping up and puts down the big hit. And how about some more Lawal action? The sack. Chaparral blanks Carter 34-0. Two undefeated teams will meet in Week 4 in the Wood Road Rumble. King and Citrus Hill both off to great starts in 2013. Let's start with the Hawks at home for North in Week 3. First play from scrimmage, P.J. Walker breaks off this touchdown run 26 seconds into the game, and the Hawks soar in front, leading 7-zip. The Hawks flying around on defense as well. Chris Shum and Adam Bain in on the stop there. And then it's Zach Kupka getting inside the backfield for another tackle for a loss. Next Citrus Hill offensive possession. Hawks facing fourth down. Brett Hollingsworth to Andrew Bradley for the first down to keep the drive alive. That would lead to this. Another Walker TD run. That's my PJ. He's headed to San Diego State next season. 14-zip Citrus Hill still in the first quarter. North trying to slow down that high-scoring offense of the Hawks. The Huskies force the fumble here, but Citrus Hill recovers. Now it's North on offense. Quarterback Joseph Garcia gets rid of the ball just in time to find Darius Streets for the nice pass play, but the Huskies' drive would stall. Citrus Hill is back on the attack. Hollingsworth to Trevor Thompson, lays out for the diving catch, getting sideways. Same drive, Hollingsworth to Jacoby Herring, on the money. Straight cash, homie. Herring's dad wanted to see him on the show, and there he is. Citrus Hill rolls 69-6. Next up, King hosting Patriot on homecoming, and the show brought to you by Hardy Homes and Estates. When you list with Hardy, start packing. King led 10-zip in the second quarter, then Chance Sanderson punches in the score to make it 17-zip King. Patriot looking to strike back before the break. Brandon Pacheco to Jalen Burrell. Pacheco seeing some time at quarterback as J.D. Hernandez played some running back. Then it's Pacheco to Burrell again. The Warriors going through the air and getting the job done. The Warriors cap off the drive with a Pacheco touchdown on the caper. Patriot is on the board, down 17-7. Halftime and homecoming. A very long halftime for homecoming. And that's your homecoming queen, Lele. Congrats! Third quarter, Patriot looked like they were ready to spoil King's homecoming. Pacheco to Burrell again. The Warriors moving the ball downfield. And it's Pacheco to Nick Renteria, the big tight end, hauls it in down to the King doorstep. And that would set up another Pacheco touchdown. And Patriot pulls within 3, 17-14. But on the ensuing kickoff, this highlight brought to you by the letters T and J and the number 6. TJ Nolan takes his kick return all the way back for 6 as King wastes no time to add to their lead. King goes on to win on homecoming 38-26. The Wood Road Rumble should be a great game on Friday. And how about Paloma Valley taking on Temecula Valley? The Wildcats are coming off a thrilling overtime win versus Moreno Valley. DeMarco Pruitt, you can do it! Ran for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns in the game. The Wildcats were down by 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but Bebo, Brent Bohm, and Michael Valencia connected twice on touchdowns to even the game at 35 and force overtime. In OT, it was Bebo to R.J. Benz for the winning score. Paloma Valley improves to 4-0 with a 41-35 win. The Wildcats will next face Temecula Valley. The Golden Bears were off to a good start but ran into a very tough Elsinore squad. Quarterback Tommy Wilson to Caleb Pear, 13 yards on the touchdown strike, and Elsinore led 14-0. Now it's Shane Pico from 1 yard out. Get in there! Elsinore leads 21-0 on the Golden Bears. Temecula Valley would get on the board in the final seconds of the first half. 33 yards from Kyle Plantier to Kumar Kalambi. Cuts the lead to 28-6 at the half, but all Elsinore in this one. 63-13 the final. Vista Murrieta will travel to Cathedral Catholic in Week 4, and the Broncos coming off an impressive victory at Redlands East Valley. The Broncos were actually trailing in this one, which doesn't happen very often. On the Wildcats' opening drive, Zach Douglas caps it off with his first of 2 touchdowns in the game, but Rev's lead would be short-lived. On the ensuing kickoff, Kwesi Meshack takes this return 69 yards back the other way, deep into Rev territory. That would set up a Tito Feliciano touchdown to tie the game at 7 apiece. How about some Vista Murrieta defense? Cody Willis and Tyler Van Dyke on the tackle, and Greg Hoyd bats this pass attempt away. Meanwhile, Feliciano about to break off another big run. He went for 200 yards in the game and 3 touchdowns. Rev was able to move the ball against the Broncos. Malik Lovett, the nice catch and run for the Wildcats, but it is dangerous to get into a shootout with Vista Murrieta. We haven't even mentioned Colton Gerhardt yet. Here he is, right there. 54 yards on the touchdown run. Broncos up 21-14. The Vista Murrieta defense would settle in. Jacob Shear, the nice stop for a loss. And you must always avoid the Hoyd, or this will happen. Greg Hoyd, the pick 6 for the Broncos. Vista Murrieta rolling on the road at Rev. Randy Beggs and the Broncos win 69-21. Now it's the war for the wheel, the oldest, biggest, juiciest rivalry in the area. Banning and Beaumont, both teams desperate for a win. First quarter, Beaumont punting. Deshaun Lawton is making a house call. Lawton puts the Broncos up 7-0 with a 71-yard return for the touchdown. Later in the opening frame, it's the Cougars striking back. Quarterback Jacob Ulibarri. 64 yards on the scoring scamper, and the war for the wheel is even at 7 apiece. To the second, Beaumont briefly regains the lead on this Alex Ray, a 41-yard field goal. 10-7 Cougars, but later in the second, Karan Stribling puts Banning up for good with this 44-yard touchdown run. Banning picks up its first win of the season, capturing the wheel. 20-10, the final score. Now it's Hemet and Valley View from Friday night. Eagles quarterback Abraham Nuno takes off on this one, and watch for the guy on the chain gang. He's going to get rolled on the end of this play. Ouch! Hopefully he was okay. Now it's Nuno to Jordan Randolph on the TD strike. Valley View up 7-zip in the first quarter. The Bulldogs bounce back. Sean Rue breaks a nice tackle here, goes about 18 yards, but nothing doing on that drive for Hemet. Now it's Valley View on offense. But Hemet's Cameron Oback coming up big time. He's got the sack. Hemet quarterback Justice Judge, yeah, that's his name, trying to make something happen for the Bulldogs. Eludes the sack and finds Art Cruz for the completion, but that drive would stall. Now it's back to Valley View. And check out this long touchdown run. In the roster, he goes by Jeffrey Trujillo Wilcoxon, 70 yards, Eagles up 14-zip. And check out Hakeem Eubanks on the end of this in the celebration. They both go up and they both come down. But they scored the touchdown. The Bulldogs using their defense to keep it close. Garrett Williford coming up with the INT for Hemet. But on the next drive, Valley View going back to work. Nuno to Devontae Ward for the nice pickup downfield, and that would lead to this. Nuno to L.J. Collins on the touchdown pass. That made it 21-zip, Valley View in front, and the Eagles were not done. Judge on the run for Hemet near the sideline. The ball squirts loose, and there's Joseph Botello to haul it in and take it back to the house. Valley View wins 35-14. Great game between Notre Dame and Xavier Prep. The Titans' Chance Nelson recovers a fumble in the end zone for a Notre Dame touchdown. Later, it's Polly Guaps, quarterback Paul Bradvica to Daniel Batosh for 34 yards here, and that would lead to this. Dakota Mai hauling in a touchdown pass from Bradvica, 20-7. Notre Dame in the lead in the second quarter, but fast forward to the finish. Trailing late in the game, Notre Dame's Wesley Smith returns the punt 67 yards for the winning touchdown. The Titans top Xavier Prep 32-28. Linfield Christian taking on Capistrano Valley Christian. The Lions fell behind in this one after an early touchdown by the visitors. Dallas House wearing number 78 in this game. Normally wears number 9. Lays a big hit on the quarterback. Capistrano Valley, though, kept chugging away and converts another touchdown. The Lions down, but not out. They put up a fight. Connor Waite in at quarterback finds Greg Holt for the touchdown. But Linfield Christian falls 21-7. Riverside Poly will put its 3-1 record on the line against 3-1 Canyon Springs this Friday. The Bears coming off a big win against Kaiser.
To Ramona Stadium, Riverside Poly and Kaiser colliding on Thursday night. The Bears march down the field on their opening drive, and they cap it off with a David Samuelu touchdown. Poly opens up a 7-zip lead on Kaiser. This guy won some defense and probably some shampoo. The Bears' Evan Tilliard is head and shoulders a top linebacker, and he makes the big stop in the Kaiser backfield. The Cats settle for a field goal, and they get on the board down 7-3. Second quarter, Poly quarterback Chandler Drakeslin finds Mitchell McLaughlin on the pass, and McLaughlin does the rest. Pandemonium on the sideline as he goes in for the touchdown. Bears go on top 14-3. Poly looking for more before the break. Drakeslin to Samuelu, who gets to about the Cats' 10-yard line, so the Bears are in business. That leads to this. Devontre Hale. Get in there! Hale wears number 9, you know. Poly up 21-3 at the half. Third quarter, the Cats showing signs of life, trying to claw their way back. The big interception here, and Kaiser hoping to turn that turnover into points. Quarterback Raymond Padilla with a nice pass here, and the Kaiser Cats are moving down the field. Kaiser goes into Poly territory, but look out for Tilliard. He's a bear on defense. He corrals Padilla for the sack. The Cats still with the ball, looking to air it out downfield. But check out Quentin Johnson. Quentin says it's quitting time for that Kaiser offense, and he's there to pick it off for Poly. On the ensuing drive, Hale breaks off a long run for the Bears, deep into Kaiser territory, 62 yards on the carry. Same drive, but now in the fourth quarter, check out Akili Ross. Like a boss, spins out of traffic, then some shake and bake action. Ross headed for the pylon, and he's in there. Ross gives Poly a 28-3 lead, and it was great to see Cody Smith on the field, flying around, making plays at linebacker, as Smith and the Bears improved to 3-1 with a 34-3 victory against Kaiser.
That'll do it for the big Saturday show. Please join us on Wednesday for the Blitz as we preview week 4 of the high school football season. I'm Pep Fernandez. We'll see you again next Saturday.